So, guys, we're going to close today from an article from the Washington Post. Democracy dies in darkness, and they're doing everything they can to help that out. Ecuador grants citizenship to Julian Assange in bid to end London embassy standoff. Ecuador has granted citizenship to WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange, the South American nation's foreign minister announced Thursday, in a bid to resolve an unsustainable solution at its embassy in London, where Assange sought refuge more than 5 years ago. But a standoff with British authorities continued as the Foreign Office rejected an Ecuadorian request that it grant diplomatic status to Assange, insisting instead that the Australian national leave the embassy to face justice. Ecuador's foreign minister, Maria Fernandez Espinosa, subsequently said that Assange would not leave the embassy in the absence of security guarantees. She said in a news conference Thursday in Quito, the Ecuadorian capital, that Assange was granted citizenship on December 12th after having applied for it in September. Espinosa also said that Ecuador was concerned about potential threats to Assange's life from unspecified other nations and was looking for a dignified exit from the stalemate in London. Assange, who angered the U.S. government when his anti-secrecy organization published troves of classified documents, sought refuge in the Ecuadorian embassy in 2012 to avoid extradition to Sweden, where he was sought in an investigation of alleged sexual offenses. Sweden later dropped the case, but Assange remained ensconced in the embassy because he still faced arrest by British authorities for jumping bail. He also is said to fear extradition to the United States, where the Trump administration's Justice Department is weighing whether to charge him for his role in publishing the secret documents obtained from the Army intelligence analyst Chelsea Manning. And they go out of their way. The Washington Post, because again, the Washington Post is very pro-war. The Washington Post is very, on the side of the intelligence agencies, on the side of the CIA. They have a deal with the CIA. So they're very much against any whistleblowers. They go out of their way to point out that Chelsea Manning was then known as Bradley Manning. Just as a subtle little, dig, like they had to make sure that they pointed that out just as a subtle, a subtle little dig at Chelsea Manning being transgender. They just had to do it. They couldn't resist. All right. News of the Ecuadorian move to grant Assange citizenship emerged Wednesday when the Ecuadorian newspaper El Universo reported that, according to the country's civil register, he had been assigned an identity number. The Ecuadorian foreign minister said Tuesday that her country was trying to resolve a situation she described as unsustainable. Assange has been living in a small office at the country's London embassy, which gave him asylum in August 2012. He had surrendered to British police in December 2010, a month after Sweden requested his extradition. So I guess we'll see. I mean, we'll see if he makes it to Ecuador. I think it's cool that he was granted citizenship. I don't think he committed any crimes. So I don't think he should be. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens here. I mean, right now, this is still at its infancy stages. This happened on Wednesday, which was yesterday as of the recording of this. And they want to make sure he will have secure transport, which makes sense. They should do that. Because it's, yeah. There's a lot of hurdles there. So, yeah, at this point, we'll just have to wait and see what happens here. I mean, it's good news. I think it's good that he was granted. I mean, he applied for it, so it seems like he wants it. And we will see what happens. Right now, we're just kind of watching this unfold. Hey guys, thanks for watching. That was a clip from Get Your News On with Ron, the world's first viewer-curated streaming news show. What does that mean? That means I log on to a stream and people tweet me articles over on Twitter at Ron Placone, or they use our Reddit subsection, which is just Get Your News On with Ron over on Reddit. And that's how we build the show. I'm seeing all these articles for the first time. We are literally getting our news on together. Follow me on Twitter at Ron Placone so you can participate. And this show streams live every Tuesday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please do tune in. If you want to support this show, you can do so over on patreon.com/Ron Placone, where for as low as $1 a month, you get access to exclusive podcasts every week, exclusive videos, free tickets to shows when I'm performing in your town, and more for as low as $1 a month. Please do consider it. Thank you so much for your support. This has been Get Your News On with Ron.